Hi friends, in case of programming, basically what happened, we have to put the data in a particular format and the result will be comes in a particular format. So in this video, we are going to know what are the different types of data are used in R. Okay, so there is 5 types of data basically. First one is your vector, RE, matrix, data frame and list. Just start from the vector. Vector is the combination of more than one element. Okay, that may be number, that may be character. Okay, suppose we put x here, the name of the vector, and this is the assign sign. Then we put here 1 is to 10. It means 1 is to 10 will be stored in x. Okay, whenever we will run x, that will show 1 is to 10. This is known as your uh, backward assignment, and this is known as your forward assignment. Okay, this also work in the same way. Okay, just we can run this, then we can run this. When we want to see the t value, then we can run t. Okay, the t indicate 1 is to 10, and when we want to know the value of x, we can also put x here and it also give the same result. This is the case of when there is a continuous sequence. If the sequence is not continuous, then we have to put an additional letter C. C means here combine. Okay, C combine all this number which are written inside the parenthesis. Okay, here name of the vector is number and we put C for the combine purpose, and there is the number is 25, 26, 25, 12 and 14 to combine all these things. Okay, just run this, and we know that all these number are right now stored inside number or in the name of number. So to run this number, just select the number, then control enter, then it gives the number. You can also find the number from the global environment, as t is stored from 1 is to 10, x is stored 1 is to 10, and number is stored 1 is to 5. These are the 5 vector elements here. Okay, then there is also some other functions available. Just suppose length of number, length inside the bracket number, it show that what is the length of number vector. Okay, the number vector having 5 elements, so it indicate 5. Clear? So then just go to the character vector. Then what happen, suppose we want to join character, suppose Ram, Raj and Rishi in the name vector. The name of the vector is name, combine, C for combine. Then we have to put these 3 elements separated by comma. Just run this, and we know all these elements are stored in name, so just run this. It indicate these are the elements are inside the name. Okay, now the question is how we can use the extract and how can we assign another number in the vector. Clear? So for the extraction, remember one thing, the square bracket is used always for any type of extraction. That may be vector, that may be data frame, that may be list. We have to use square bracket for extraction of data. Okay, from that particular vector, list or data frame. Okay, just put the name of the vector, name. Here the vector name is name. Then put the square bracket. Then which element you want. Which element means which positional value you want. Suppose we want the Raj in the second position, so we can put here 2. We can put here 2. Okay, just run. It shows the result of Raj. It indicates that this is the name, means vector name. This is inside the square root, the position of that value, which element we want to know. Suppose we want to know extract more than 2 elements, so we have to put here C, and we can write here, suppose we want to first element and third element, we can put here 1 and 3, then we can run this. Simple way. Okay, so this is the extraction. How to assign another number? How to assign another number? So suppose come to the previous example. Here it was 2. Just for assign, we have to put again the assign sign. This indicate name vector, this indicate position 2. So in name vector, the position value may be changed to suppose www. Okay, it run again and just see the name vector, what happened. The second position value will be changed to www. So we have to put the vector name, then we have to put the position, which position we want to change, then put the assign sign, then put the value. In the same way, if you want to change 2 element more than one element. Suppose this is the name vector, and remember one thing, this is the square bracket. Whenever you assign another number or another element, or whenever you want to extract something, you have to put the square bracket always. Clear? So we want to change two position values, second position and third position. There is two elements, so we have to put 2 here, sorry, C here for combine. Okay, and we have to assign two element again. Here we have assigned only one element, www one element. Okay, we have to assign here two elements. Suppose you could, let's change this ttt. Okay, just run and again see what happened. Cut it. Okay, so the second position and third position value of the name vector is changed right now. Clear? So this is the how to extract the data from the vector and how you can change this, how you can replace this number or replace this value. Okay, there is some option also available for the vector and all these cases also. Suppose you can put here class of A. Right now A is here, just run. A is a vector name. Here inside the A there is certain number and one character vector also. Remember one thing, in case of vector, matrix or data frame, if there is one single element is character, that convert all total element or all the characteristic of the vector into a character. For example, here A, just run this. What happened? All this value, although these are number, but it's so inside the inverted comma, it means these are character right now. Clear? These are not number, these are character right now, because due to the A only, A was the character, that's why all the elements are converted to character. Okay, so we can identify what is the class of this A, what is the class of this vector. We can use class of A. Of means parenthesis. Okay, so it indicates that this is a character. It means the class of A, I mean X vector, is a character vector. Clear? Then we can also find out the structure. What is the structure? Suppose here the vector is A, just change it to A. Okay, so structure of A, the structure of A is just 1:7 element are there, and the element are, those are the elements. Clear? Then we can also try to identify each character. Each A vector is a character or number, so we can run here is dot character true. This is a character, not number. Then is dot number, it also work the same way. It indicates this is false, this is not number. Okay, and you can also use not equal to character, just put this sign. Each dot character, it indicate whether it is character or not. Okay, this sign indicate this is not character. Okay, our question is this is not a, whether it is not a character, then run this, it will show false because it is a character. Okay, so this is the some general operation in case of vector. And next point is when you may want to identify the position on the basis of element name. Okay, so in case of name vector, there is a RAM, there is a character RAM. Just let me check once again, is there RAM or not? Okay, first element is RAM. Okay, just we can put here which double equal to RAM. This is the vector name, this is a logical function, this is the number which we want to find out. Okay, we can put here which, then just run this, and it will indicate the first element of name vector, so RAM. The same thing also we can check from A. Just from A we want to identify or detect in which position 12 is actually exists, so we can run it in the sixth position. The sixth position 12 is for matching function. Just okay, so suppose this is a vector, and A vector contain 1, 3, 5, 6, all these things. This is a B vector. Okay, now we want to match whether all the element of X are in B or not, whether all the element of X are in B or not. So we can use match. Match is a function. Okay, match A to B. So it indicates that all the element of A in which position of B. It indicates the first element, this is 1, in which position? No, there is no element, no one found from the B vector. Okay, second is 3, and in which position? It was in third position. If there is another 3 also here, then also it will show the third position, because this will show the first position first. Clear? So this match function indicate that what is the position of first vector, that is A, in the second vector. What is the element position of first vector in second vector? Okay, we can say that element of A in which position of B. In the same way, we can also change these things. What is the element of B in which position of A? You can use match B and A. Clear? Okay, this is known as your in function, percentage in percentage, and what it does whether there is element in A or not. The match function indicate the position value, but this function indicate only the true and false value, whether the element of B in A or not. You can just run this. Okay, it indicate whether the B element is in A or not. So true, 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 and there is also some false, false, and 1, 2, 3, 4. First 5 elements are true and the rest element are false. It indicates that inside the B vector, the first 5 elements are exist in A. Okay, and the rest 4 elements are not in A. Okay, you can also change this from B to A to B. A, then B. Just run this. The first element of A not exist in B. This indicate false. And the last 2 elements, that is 8 and 19, are not in B. Okay, that's why it is false. Okay, so this is 2 functions for the vector. We can match and we can use percentage in and in. For match, it is show the positional value. For in, percentage in and percentage, it is show whether the first element of first vector are exist in second vector or not. Okay, then go to the next, some operation. In case of operation, you can also use A plus B. Okay, there is a problem. The problem show the length is not multiple of shorter object length. Okay, so longer object, because the length of A and length of B was different in the above case. Okay, so just check the length of A and length of B are equal or not. Here I write here length of A double equal to, it means logically this equal to length B. Yes or not? Just run this. False, because what is the length of A? The length of A is 8, while the length of B is 9. There is 1 element more in case of B. Okay, just change the A and B in a same length. We run the function again. So here A and B, I have used the same length element. Just again check this. True. Right now the length of A and length of B is same. Then only we can use plus or greater than, less than, multiplication, whatever. Okay, just remember one thing. This is not error. This is just show the longer object length is not multiple of shorter object length. Okay, suppose we want to add A and B, it will be add. Suppose here 2 elements are more. Suppose here 2 elements are more. Okay, so what happened? First 1 will be added with 5, 3 will be added with 2, and respectively 9 will be added with 12. What happened in next? Next 12 again added with 1, 23 again added with 3. The sequence again run. Okay, that's why this is your warning. This is not the error message. The next type of data is matrix. And remember one thing, in case of R, you can find each and every option of a particular function. Each and every option of a particular function by using the question mark. Suppose I am here using the question mark, then write matrix. Just run this. What happened? Go to the help box. Then you can find here matrix is a element of base function. Base package. Okay. So what is the explanation? Matrix, it create the matrix. Okay. As dot matrix, it means what? If the data is in other format, it can change to matrix. Okay, is dot matrix, it can identify whether this element is matrix or not. Just we have already checked in case of vector, is dot vector or as dot vector. Clear? Then come to the matrix. First one is matrix. Second, first option of the matrix function is data. So we have to put here the data. Then next option is n row. N row means number of row. N column, number of column. The condition is default n row is 1 and n column is 1. You can change as per your requirement. By row equal to false, it means if by row equal to true, then the data will be arranged in row basis. Suppose I am writing here some matrix, and this is matrix, then start the parenthesis. Okay, just first one is data. Suppose you don't want to put any data, so just put your comma. It means before comma first item is data. Okay, and we are not putting anything for the data, and the result will be show as NA, not available. Clear? Then n row, number of row, we can put here n row equal to 3 and comma n column equal to 4, and just run this. What happened? You find there is a matrix which having 3 rows and 4 column, and all the values are show NA, not available. Okay, if we will put here the value, suppose we are going to put here 3:4, 12, 1:12. It will show the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 12. But remember one thing, here the data is arranged on the basis of column. If you want to arrange on the basis of row, then just put here another option, by row is equal to true. Okay, and you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, it is arranged on the basis of row. This is the simple way how to format a matrix. Then come to the next, dimension name. Just put here one comma and put enter. Then you can write here dimension name, then put equal, then write a list, because you have to put in a list, because here more than one vector will be placed here. Okay, so list, first one. Suppose here the total number of row is 3. Remember one thing, for the dimension name, first vector should be the row name, then put comma for the column name, put enter, then again put the name of the column. Okay, this is the total format or base format of the matrix. Just run this, control enter, and it will show you the row name or column name. There is also another way, we can also write the row name and column name without using the dimension name. Instead of, we can use the column names and row names of the matrix. Suppose this is an example, and the matrix, I'm going to store this matrix with the name M. The name of the matrix will be M. Here the matrix data is 1:20, and here I have not written anything, just I put 5. It means after the data, what will be? After the data there is a number of row. If I put number of row 5, then automatically number of column will be adjusted according to my data. Okay, so there is not necessary to write n row or n column. You can put also simply the number of row and number of column. Okay, so run this. What happened? Just run the M, and M indicate there is no row name and no column name. Okay, we can use column name of M. Just run this. What happened? The result is null. It means there is no column name. So actually, what is the number of column here? The number of column here is 4. So you have to put 4 character vector for the name as the column name. Okay, so we use C and C1, C2, C3, C4 as the column name. Just run this, and again just see the M. What happened? Okay, the column name has appear, but the row name are not. So we do the same process for the row name. We can put here row name of matrix, then we have to put 5 row name, 5 character inside this, then run this, and then again run the M. Then you can find there is a row name. You can put anything. You can use here also ROW row. Okay, you can use your R, you can use anything. You can use also Sunday, Monday, whatever may be, as per your requirement. Clear? So this is the matrix formation. Then inside the matrix formation, just we want to check another function which is known as paste. Actually, paste function is work to combine the character or number. Okay, this is the simple thing. Paste function used to combine the character or number. Suppose I am writing here paste, and first one is here my character C dot, and second one is 1:4. It means C.1, C.2, C.3 up to 4 element it will be run. Okay, just run this. It will show C1 to C4. Clear? But there is a certain gap in between c dot and 1. Okay, to remove this dot we can use paste 0. We can use paste 0. Just run this, it will be show column hyphen 1 column hyphen 2, because I am using here hyphen instead of comma, so instead of dot, then that's why it indicate there is a hyphen. Okay, the same way you can also use for c, so c1 c2 c3 c4. Clear? So instead of writing all these things from here to here, we can use a simple syntax. But paste, we can use here paste, then bracket start, then first one is your character vector r, and the second one is your 1:4 1:5. Okay, just run this, it will show r1 r2 r3 r4 and r5. To remove this gap we can use here 0. Okay, this is very simple. So what happened in the second case, we will do the same things. M is a matrix 1:20, n row 5, n column 4. You can put the n row n column, or you may not be, you can put only the 5, then it will be automatically identify the what is the number of column here. Clear? Then column name equal to paste 0 col 1:4, here 4 columns, so 1:4. Row name paste 0 row 1:5, it indicates the row name, there is 5 row. So just run from here to here and we will find the row name and column respectively. If you want to add a semicolon in between the row name and column name, then also it will be work, no problem. Clear? Right. So next thing is, if you want to identify what is the name of the row, name of the column, then we also identify name, column names of m. Just run, this is the column name. In the same way you can also write your row names of m. This is the row name. You can also find the length of the matrix X, length 20, number of element are 20. You can also identify the dimension of m. Dimension, first one is your row, second one is your column, so 5 row 4 column. Clear? Then you can also find the structure of matrix. Okay, there is structure of matrix 1:5 row 1:4 column. This will show the structure of matrix. You can also identify whether it is matrix or not. You can use is dot matrix. True, this is a matrix. Is dot numeric, if all the elements are numeric, is dot numeric. True, it is also numeric vector. Just put one element to a character vector, then it will be turned to the character. Just we want to extract something from the matrix. If we want to extract something from the matrix, then the same way we have to do here for as the vector. We have to put the square bracket, then inside the square bracket we have to put the position. But remember one thing, in case of matrix there is 2 position we have to put. One is for row, one is for column. Suppose I want to put here first one row, second one column. It means it indicates the first row and third column of a matrix. So the first row and third column of a matrix is 3. Just look this, the first row and third column of a matrix is 3 here. Okay, the same way if you want to identify, suppose I want to know the third column only, all row and third column, all row and third column. Here nothing is I have written, so it means all row. Okay, just run. So all row third column 3 7 11 15 19. This is the value 3 7 11 15 19. Clear? And if you want to identify extract more than one row or more than one column, you have to put here C, and you can put here 1:2 or 1 comma 2. Suppose first and second row but third column, first and second row but third column. So this value is first and second row but third column 3 and 7. You can also identify in the same way. Suppose 3 to 4th row, 3 is to 4th row. The same thing also happen. The first and second row and third and fourth column. So in this way we can extract each and every element from the matrix. Just we need to assign one things. or assign some element to the matrix, the same way we have to assign m, then put the square bracket, then choose in which position you want to change. Suppose I want to change in third row and third column, and the value will be a, and I think it should be character. Just run this, okay, and just see what is the m. We can check here, is that numeric? False, this is not numeric. Is that character? It will be true. Is dot character m, then it will be true. Clear? But is that matrix? Is that matrix? It also true, because this is matrix. Although the number has changed to from numeric to character, but this is a matrix, so this is a matrix. Clear? Okay, then come to the next, diagonal matrix. Actually diagonal matrix basically used for the mathematics or statistics student, but in case of finance student, diagonal matrix is not required that much. Then also you have to discuss about the diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix, then we can put here, suppose m, and we see here the M matrix is like this, and we want to identify the lower trim, lower triangular or upper triangular, lower triangular and upper triangular. For the lower triangular, lower dot tri, tri, inside the bracket m, it indicates the logical operation. It indicates the logical operation. It means whether if the lower triangular value, lower triangular value will be shown as true, and the upper triangular value including the diagonal value will be shown as false. Okay, just run this. Clear? The lower triangular value showing true, and the upper triangular value including the diagonal element indicate false. Okay, there is another option. You can add here diagonal equal to true, diagonal equal to true, then you can find the diagonal element also will be true. If you will put the diagonal equal to true, how can we find this? Just put here equal sign, just put here equal sign and write here lower dot trim, lower dot trim. Okay, and just put enter and go to the help box. You can find here what is the meaning of lower dot trim, what is the function, and what are the basic elements inside that function. If diagonal element will be true, then it will be added, the lower added in the with the function, otherwise it will be shown as the false value. Okay, so it indicate from here to here, it indicate only true and false. It means logical function. Okay, if you want to change the lower triangular of m to 0, lower triangular of m to 0, then what happen? Just check this lower triangular, it indicate true. It means then we can check m, inside the m what are the value of this lower triangular. We can run here, these are the value inside the lower triangular value. Okay, and we want to change this value with by 0. It means where the true is exists, where the true is appear, we can change the true to 0. So just run this and you can find here the lower triangular, all the lower triangular value are 0. We have not done anything extra. Okay, we have just put, or we have just choose the position of m. This is the m, then there is square bracket, the position of m, then we put 0. Okay, it changes those positional value which are true as the lower triangular is true. Clear? Then come to the next. For this it also in the previous case the diagonal element was number, but right now the diagonal element are not number because we use diagonal equal to true here. Clear? The same thing also you can do for the upper triangular. I'm just upper triangular. Okay, clear? So identify the diagonal of m. If there is a matrix already exists, if there is a matrix already exists, for the matrix already exists, then we can run diagonal of m. It indicate only the diagonal element or diagonal value. Okay, if we want to change the diagonal value, then the same things, diagonal of m, then replace diagonal of n, then replace with 1. Just run and it will be show the diagonal element are changed to 1. Just we can put here any other things. You can put a diagonal element is 100. So diagonal element of m, it indicate the diagonal value. Then if we want to change or replace the diagonal value in other item, then we can put here 100 or whatever maybe, it will be change the diagonal value of m. Clear? If the matrix is already exist, if there is no matrix but you want to identify or create a diagonal matrix, then just put diagonal, then x equal to anything. Whatever thing you are putting here, that will be show as your diagonal element. Then first one is your number of row and second one is your number of column. Just run this and you can find there is a 3 into 3 matrix and the diagonal element is 8. Clear? Next, diagonal equal to 1. Then we can run this and you also find the same things. The diagonal element are 1 and rest of the element are 0. And although this is not a scalar matrix, then the diagonal element will be like this. Clear? Then how can we find these things? Just use the same procedure, diag. Okay, just enter and go to the search box. In the help box indicate x equal to 1. X means the data. What will be the diagonal element data? Clear? And n row, n column, name equal to 2. This is the default thing. We have to put here number of row and number of column. Clear? If the element already exists, if the matrix already exists, then if we put diag inside before x or before the matrix, then it will be give the value only. It will be give the value only. Clear? There is another package also known as matrix package, and there are also some benefit as compared to the previous discussion. Just run this package matrix. If you are not install this package, then you can use install.package. Then inside the package you can use the inverted comma and you can write your matrix. Okay, just run this. It will be downloaded if your internet connection is well. Okay, then go to the next. Then suppose we are writing here, just remember one thing. In case of matrix function, only square matrix is applicable. It will work only for the square matrix. If the matrix is not square matrix, it means the number of row and number of column is different, then it may not be work properly. Clear? So for the square matrix it should be work. So that's why I have put here 1:25 and number of row is 5. It means the number of row and number of column will be 5 and 5. Although if our data will be 1:25. Clear? Just run this and it is show this way as the by row equal to true. Okay, then it is the function is TRIL. L means low, L means lower, TRI means triangle, L means low. So it indicates the lower triangle value and it will be show like this. The upper triangle value as just dot and the lower triangle value including the diagonal element. What happened in case of previous? It was excluded on the default basis, but when we use diagonal equal to true, then only it will be added to diagonal element. Okay, but in case of matrix package, what happened? Triangle L means it identify the lower triangle elements including the diagonal element. The same way you can use the for the upper triangle, but it looks in a better way as compared to the previous use. Okay, so you can also use -1 triangle AM, then dot, then -1. It means strictly lower triangle. It indicate it ignore or just run this. Okay, it indicate the diagonal element will be 0 and it will show the only the lower triangular matrix, lower triangular elements. Clear? If you use for +1, but remember one thing, if this is a L, triangle L, then we have to put -1. For triangle upper U, then we have to put +1. For +1, the diagonal element will be 0. Okay, this +1 and -1 is used for the diagonal element only. Clear? In case of lower case, if we are putting here -1, it will remove or replace the diagonal element to 0, and the same thing also happen in case of upper. What is the meaning of band? Band means it is show the particular band which element we have to show here. Here -1, the first element, this is the matrix, M for matrix, and the first element show what are the row we have to show in our matrix. Okay, this will show the same things, but remember one thing, the rows should be attached to the diagonal element or the diagonal element. Okay, so just run this. What happened? Minus is used for the lower triangle and it is show one row from the lower triangle including the diagonal and two row from the upper triangle including the diagonal or the which are nearer to the diagonal element. It ignore the next upper two element. two element. Okay, the same thing also, -1 and -1. It means it will show one row, sorry, one each element nearer to the diagonal element from the lower triangle, and one each element from the upper triangle including the diagonal element. Okay, just run here m, and first one is 0. It means we don't want to identify any element or any of the element from the lower triangle, but we want to identify two each element from the upper triangle which are around the diagonal element. Clear? So just run this and it will show the diagonal element are here, and this is the first and this is the second, but this is a symmetric matrix always, so we have to put here number of row or number of column in a single way, and we have to put x equal to whatever the amount. Okay, so we can use the function diagonal here. Remember one thing, here d is capital. Just run this. Okay, and you can find here there is no 0, and you can find here only the dot. Clear? So this was the sum of the matrix operation in case of diagonal. Then come to the operation. What is the operation? Plus, minus, multiplication, division. Okay, so suppose we use here two matrix, one is m and one is n, and just see what is the dimension of m and n. Dimension of m, okay, and dimension of n. Okay, so these are both the same matrix. Then we can use plus, multiplication. This multiplication indicate the simple multiplication. Simple multiplication means this only multiply this if suppose here m and n, n and m. This multiplication simply multiply this with this, and second element with second element, while third element with third element. Okay, and give the result like this. But what happen in case of matrix multiplication? We have to put here percentage, then multiplication sign, then percentage, m into n. Then it is show the matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication means, just see here, this will be the first row will be multiplied with the first column. Here m is to n, the m is the first, so first row of m will multiply with the first column of n. Clear? Then second row of m will multiply with the second column of n, and that will be summation. This indicate the summation value. Clear? Then the same way, the third row of m, where is m, the third row of m will be multiplied with the third column of n. Clear? And the value will be shown in a summation. Clear? This is the matrix multiplication. Okay, then come to the next. Suppose K is a matrix and 1:6, and the number of row here is 3. Run this and we are going to m plus k. There will be a error message because the dimension of m and dimension of k are not same. Dimension of m and dimension of k are not same, so there is a error message you will find. Suppose a is another vector. A is a vector. I am saying here this is a vector. This is not a matrix, and we can add m plus a. That will be show the longer object length, not multiply of the shorter object length. But there is no error because this is not a matrix. This is a vector, and this vector again repeated itself when the number is again repeated itself. Suppose here a, suppose see the value of a is 1 2 3 4. So from here to here added with the first row, then here to here added with the second row, second column, then again for third column first one is added, then it moves from here to here. Okay, in this way. So this is a vector, there will be no problem. But in case of matrix, we have to select the same length of matrix for the addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. Clear? Then next we can use another package known as the matlib, okay, for the determination of determinant of matrix and inverse of matrix. Suppose this is a matrix, and for the determination purpose we can use det. What is the determinant of the matrix? What is the determinant of the matrix? The determinant of the matrix is this. For the inverse purpose we can use inv. Okay, this is the inverse matrix. Suppose we can identify actual result. What happen if the M matrix multiplication with inverse of M, with inverse of M, then we have to find here unit matrix. These are simple things. If we want to multiply 2 multiply by 1 divided by 2, then also it will show you 1. Just run this, because if the same element is multiply with the inverse of this element or the reciprocal of this element, that will be show you the unit matrix. It will be show you 1. Clear? So then come to the extraction. I have already discussed about the extraction and how to use the row name and column name. So this section is over. After the matrix, we have to know about the array. Array is the combination of more than one matrix. In case of matrix, there was 2 options. One is your row and another is your column. But in case of array, there is 3 options. One is your row and another is column. Then last one is your name of the array, number of the array or name of the array. Suppose I am going to put here 1:20 data. The same thing is here, but here we have to put dimension. 2 means number of row, next 2 indicate the number of column, and next 5 indicate what is the number of array. So to know about this, we have to put here question mark, then we can write here array, then we can write here array. Just enter this and go to the help menu. Go to the help menu is the best package. Okay, array, first one is your element, second one is your dimension. Okay, and third one is your dimension name. You can use the dimension name. As the matrix, it also use as the as.array, is.array. Next is first run this. What happened? It is so 2:2 matrix, 2:2 matrix, but it will be divided into 5 categories. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. The next function is how to rename. So the second is your the same way we can use here 10. Okay, the number of array is 10, 2:2 matrix. Okay, then next, suppose we want to use the dimension name. Here number of row is 1:2. Here the data is changed here actually 1:30. Dimension 3:2:5. It means 3 row. If there is 3 row, we have to put here 3 name. We have to put here 3 character, and I am using here paste function to identify the row name. The paste, then row, then 1:3. It means row 1, row 2, and row 3. Clear? The first one indicate for the row name. The second one for the column name. Then just run column 1 and column 2. There is 2 column only. Okay. And for the array name, third position is known as for the array name. Then we can paste array 1:5. Here number of array is 5. Just run this. Array is 1:5. Okay. And all this vector, the vector, name vector for row, name vector for column, and name vector for array have to store it inside a list. Remember these things. Okay. Just run this. Then you can identify what is the A actually. The A is looks like this. Second array, third array, fourth, fifth, and the number of name of the row and column. Okay. Then how to extract an element? In case of matrix, what we had done? We had done the name of the matrix, then the square bracket, then put the position of row and column. But here we have to put the position of row, column, and the name of the array or the number of the array. Here I am putting here all row, blank means all row, all column, and third array. Run this. Clear? It will show the third array value only. Okay. On the basis of name also you can identify the name of third array is array3. So I can put here array3, but you have to remember one thing. This is a character and we have to put inside the inverted comma. Okay. Just run this and you also find the same result. This is on the basis of position. This is on the basis of name. Okay. Clear? Then if you want to identify the first row, the element from array 3, but row is 1 and column is 2, you can use this. And in the same way you can use the name row 1, column 2, and array 3, and it will also give the same things. And the next data type is your data frame. For the purpose of data frame, First, we have to know what is the structure of data frame. What is the structure of data frame? Just put question mark, then data.frame. Just run this, and you can find from the help box what is the structure of data frame. This is a function name is data frame. First element as the dot dot dot, you can put your number or any other logical function. Then the row name and the column name. Actually, data frame is the combination of vector, combination of same length of vector. Combination of same length of vector. Suppose A is a vector with 3 element and B is a vector with 3 element, again C is a vector with 3 element, and just arrange these 3 things inside the data frame. We put here data.frame A, B and C and run inside the and store in the df, and again I have run here df, so it will show the A, B, C value. Just remember one thing, the length of all these 3 vectors should be same. Okay, in the same way we can see the structure of df. The structure of df show that there is a 3 data frame A, B, C, and this is the for the actual structure. If you want to identify a particular vector, then you can use df then $sign then a, df then $sign then a. It will be show what is the element inside the A. In the other way, you can also use the square bracket, which we have previously used. Okay, df then square bracket, then actually here A is the vector name. Okay, then we need not require to put the inverted comma, but here it is a character, here it is a character. So if you use this, then we can use the character vector. And in other way, if you want to if you know about the first, second and third, then you can use the position also for the all row and first column. As the matrix, you can use df all row and first column, then it will be show like this. Okay, then if we have to put the column name here, then you can, as the matrix, you can also use your column names. Then here previously we was use matrix. Okay, but here we can use data frame df, and there is 3 column, so we have to put here 3 character differently. Okay, so just run this and you can find here the column name ss, kk and ss. Okay, in the other way also you can assign the column name at the time of making your data frame. Use the data frame, then si equal to a, it means si a will be stored in si, means name of the column will be si and that will be a. Then second is your name, this is the column name is name and the data of b will be stored here. Then the column name is salary and the data of C will be stored here. I have using this, you can use this, you can run this and this, that will be give the same result. And for minimizing the number of row, we use this sign and move this second row to the first row, it will be 1. Okay, so this is, and it will indicate that si serial name and salary. Just in case of data frame, you have to put the name of the vector which you want to do and put the what are the amount that will be stored inside that vector or the inside that column. Data frame basically number of row and column, and it is basically used for the column purpose, column point of view. Okay, so we can add additional column. We can add additional column. Just run this. We find there is only 3 column. If you want to add additional column, then just use a $sign. Just use a $sign and use the name of column, which column you want to add. Okay, just I want to add the expenses column in the data frame. Then we write here, I write here df $sign then expenses exp, and I have put here some number for the expenses. So remember one thing, the number of the length of this expenses column should be same as previous column. Okay, just run this and you see here the expenses column is appear here. So for adding another line, you can use the df and $sign. For find out the element of the column, you can also use the $sign. The same thing is happen here. You can identify this also $sign. Okay, to remove one column, what we have to do? We have to do we have to replace all the element to null in case of data frame. Suppose I'm here showing the data frame and salary column. This is the salary column and data frame, and I am going to assign null. It means I want to remove this thing. I want to remove all this element from the salary column. So I have to use data frame and salary, then assign symbol, then null. Just 1 minute and run this. See what happened. the salary column is removed from the data frame. This is the simple things. Okay, then go to the next. Suppose I have already discussed about these things. We have to use the same length for the data frame. Okay, then after completing the data frame, we have to go to the list. This is the last types of data, which is for list. We have to do the same exercise again, question mark and list. Just run this and you will be fine. From the help box there is a list, and inside this there is a comma, and this triple dot indicate the object. That object may be any type. That object may be vector. That object may be any length of data. You can store it inside the list. You may store 2 character in list 1. You may store 1 matrix in list 2. You may store more than 100 columns of data frame in list 3. There is no limit. Okay, so list is basically comparatively more better for writing any function or extracting the data from any function. Okay, so list, I have to put here, just put here list. This is the list name. I don't want to go through here. This is the name of the list, and I have assigned this value to L. This is the assignment function, not more than that. Okay, just put here list, then A, B and C. I have already discussed about the A, B, C in the previous section. So just run this and you find there is 3 lists and different elements are stored in 3 lists. Okay, so you can use the name of the list also as the data frame. We can use a list. First one, SI equal to A, name equal to B, salary equal to C. You can run these things and you can find this name is already renamed. In previously there is 1, 2 and 3. Previously we can see there is list 1, list 2 and list 3, but right now this is the name of the list. Clear? Then come to the next. Then we can identify name of the list. Just this is the name of the list, SI, name and salary, and we also extract the data by the help of $sign here. This is the name of the list. Okay, then we can put $sign. Then I want to identify the first vector. I want to identify the first list. Then we can run here. This is the first list. If you want to extract inside the name vector, name is a vector right now. Okay, and for a vector we have to put 1 positional value. If you want to identify the second value from the name, remember one thing, this is list. Inside the list there is a name list, and inside the name list there is, we want to extract the second item only. Okay, so you can put here, and the second item is Raj. You can change here also by assigning another sign. Just I want to change here. I want to change here. Okay, and just run this L. What happened? And you can find here the list and the name list and the second item change to AAA. Clear? So this is a simple way how can we identify a list. And how can you extract a particular list? You can here use double square bracket. In case of matrix, data frame or vector, we have to use only single square bracket. Here we use only single square bracket because this position from here to here, it indicates the name vector. And for a particular vector we can identify by using only 1 positional value with single vector. But if you want to extract the data from the list, then we have to use double square bracket, and this indicates the first list. Okay, further you can also use the name of that list to extract this. Clear? And you can also identify or see what is the structure of the list, and it shows that the structure of the list, first one is your number, second one is character, and third one is your number, and all these things. If this is data frame or any other things or matrix, it will be show like this. Okay, and the last point is how to onlist anything. So we can use onlist, then it will show the onlist element, all the elements showing in a particular vector. Onlist means convert the list into a vector. I hope you understand all about the data, what are the different types of data in, and how to extract and how to assign a particular value to a particular data